Hey everybody, here again another one. Today we're here to see how to not get kidnapped by offending everyone. Yeah, this one saw it in the freaking watch later list and immediately had to see what happened. I haven't seen it either, but it's like, let's just get into this.
Welcome to Jamaica, the land of pristine beaches, crystal clear water, and ew, is that a poor person? Build the wall higher. I paid for the DLC,
Wow.
so remove these NPCs. You see, Jamaica is a paradise if you have money. If not, it's more like a prison with less air conditioning. Oh, but it's
Fair.
still a tropical island. How bad could it? Is that child bathing in a puddle? Well, at least he has a nice view of the water park. Yeah, sucks to be poor in America, but Jamaican poor hits different. Ain't no food stamps here, just hour 7 of chasing that iguana like, come here, buddy. Come here. And to make it worse, Jamaica has one of the highest crime rates in the Caribbean.
Dang.
So even if you do catch dinner, you're only giving it to another predator. I'd be eating good. This is why I never had the desire to visit.
Okay,
'Cause I know
then.
you can't see it, but my face is very robbable. Combine that with my white skin, and I'm basically a beacon for free stuff. But there is something I love more than safety, and that's drugs. You see, in Jamaica,
What?
shrooms are legal.
I
That's
like how
right,
he
Daddy's
censored it.
looking for a little mental vacation. So I took a 7-night cruise from Miami, Florida to Falmouth, Jamaica in order to open up my third eye. Once I arrived, I needed to get to Montego Bay, which is about 45 minutes away. Now, I could have hopped in a taxi and finger crossed I didn't end up in the trunk, but I decided to go with the safer option and book an excursion directly through the cruise line. However, the only excursion going that way also included a tour of a slave house. Because nothing says relaxation
What?
like a 2-hour reminder of being taken against your will, but I'd take white guilt
Dang.
and safety over
They
Helix
have
tasty
excursions
any
for that?
day. So I hopped on the bus and got to witness
I guess.
firsthand the Jamaican struggle. Where are all their shoes? Those streets have to be hot. Wait, is that hurricane debris their house? Hold up. Are those children working construction in 91-degree heat without any shoes? Jamaica really be taking poverty to a whole nother level. You know you're poor when your billboards are advertising air conditioning. Just waiting for
What?
coming soon, flushable toilets. Oh, let's get back to the human suffering. Like I mentioned earlier, there
Let's
is
get
no
back to
middle
the
class
human
here.
suffering.
So either
Suffering.
golf course or possible corpse. And the resorts own most of the beaches, so if you're a local, that ocean might as well be a screensaver because you ain't touching it. What else did I see? Oh, churches. Churches everywhere. Apparently there's over
Really?
1,600 on the island, which makes sense because if I didn't have toilet paper, I'd be begging for help too. What else? Oh, you're gonna be shocked when I tell you this, but some Jamaican women be chunky. Crazy, right? How are you gonna choose pie over plumbing? But the most concerning thing I saw
Not
were the
that, not
potholes.
a-
Bruh,
it's
this
not
is
that-
not
not
the
that hard to
place you want to get
believe.
flat tire. Imagine seeing a bus full of mostly white tourists break down in front of a coconut stand. How could they not rob us? We're traveling, so we're clearly unarmed. Sure, maybe the driver has a hidden shoddy, but once you're past him, it's free stuff. Money, jewelry, Peter, whatever catches their eye.
Peter?
You flew from comfort to this.
Enjoy, Peter.
But luckily, we arrived safely
It's a
at
wrap
the
for Peter's
slave
cheeks,
house,
bruh.
specifically the Rose Hall Plantation. Now, I didn't research it prior to arriving, but immediately I could tell it was bullshit. You know why this house is famous? Because a woman named Annie killed 3 of her husbands there. 3! 1 is impressive,
Dang.
2 is savage, but 3? Yo, Annie be a gangster. How convenient she's a woman! Because a guy killing 3 broads, who cares? But a girl killing 3 boy toys? Oh, bring me a towel. Bring me a towel. Ladies, imagine standing right over the bed where Annie finally took her life back. God, doesn't it make you feel like your team got a victory? It's no secret men have been crushing you in the crushing stat department, so hearing of a brave woman finally ending
This video
her
come
oppressors
to?
makes
Wait, what?
you feel, you know?
You had a
But don't
whole
let
different
those
vision of where this was
feelings
going,
blind
didn't
you
you?
to the fact that
Yes.
the story is nonsense. First off, the house felt less like an historical site and more like a haunted attraction. Dusty relics, flickering lights, creepy paintings of white children.
Paintings of
The whole
white
vibe
children.
screamed tourist trap. Then you had the tour guide who's really hamming up the whole ghost story, speaking in a soft tone whenever she mentioned Annie, like the bitch was floating next to her. I'm okay with the tour, but if you say my name again, then you best be using your indoor voice. Don't test me, Carol. You don't know what I'm
Wow.
capable of. What was that? Me, bitch! Me! Now, in fairness, some of the white people were eating up the whole ghost gimmick, and I'm not the one to spoil a good time, but when someone starts spouting BS, I just have this compulsion to call it out. Like the tour guide would say, can you feel the energy in the room? What do you mean energy? Are we talking cold chill or butt smack? How handsy did
What?
these ghosts be getting? Slaves had to whistle while working to show they weren't eating food. Really? All day? 7 slaves couldn't take a 30-second break to scarf down a pear? How attentive were these slave masters?
For
What's
real,
the
though,
point of even
honestly.
having a slave if you have to watch him all the time? Annie
I don't know how to
poisoned her
whistle.
first husband. Really? You're sure you didn't get sick or fall out of a window or torn to shreds by a mongoose? How do you know how anyone died
Wait,
over
those
200 years
mongooses
ago?
in
It's
Jamaica?
written in her journal. Wait, Annie's journal
Maybe.
is where you're getting this info from? Not a camera or DNA evidence, just my first Twitter writing 3 teardrops. Moving on.
Yeah, but then again, people can forge DNA evidence. They can fake photographs. Like literally, most evidence is just believed off of faith alone. Because people can fake evidence all day long if we're being so for real. Like, and the thing is, people say, I'm not gonna, like, why would I believe it? I can't see it, or like, there's no pictures or anything. Like, bro, what do you think they had back then? Cameras were not invented for a very long time. Like, the only thing they had was books to write stuff down on. Like, how do you think we know George Washington exists? Did they have cameras when he was around? I'm pretty sure they didn't. Exactly.
They have paintings.
Exactly. Those are drawings, bro. Like, but yet we all still know he was around. So like this, it doesn't compare mostly.
Next stop will be the dungeon.
Like most
where the
evidence
slaves
is
were
just
held.
like
I'm
how
thinking,
much do you
dungeon?
believe it
Is this
for
a
real.
trap? I should probably go in last. If I hear one white person gasp, I'm booking it. But then I was like, wait, it's a cruise
Fair.
excursion. They're probably bringing us down
Message.
there to $35. You're charging $35 to take a picture in front of some chains. And is that a bar? No, I don't want to drink. Why would I want to get turned up in Diddy's basement? Mother of God, is that an
The
ice
worst
cream
combination.
machine? I scream, you scream, the souls of the enslaved scream for ice cream! Then they take us outside, and oh look, more stuff to buy. Are those shitty wood carvings? God, I always wanted a 20-inch bowl with cracks in it. No, I'm sure it'll fit great in my carry-on. Then they take us to a grave with a bunch of change on it, and I'm thinking, here we go. Legend has it that putting change on the tombstone wards off evil. Really? What kind of evil? Are we talking cancer or hiccups? If I put more
Wow.
money on, does that defend me against more evil? How much
Bro,
do I have
you
to
know
stub my
that
toe
freaking,
again? Wait, how long does the money
you know
have to be
people
on
are,
the
like, robbing
tombstone
this
for it to
grave.
activate? Can I just place it, then pick it back up? Like, you dumbass spirit. Also, what do you mean ward off evil? I'm from America. Money attracts evil. The kind of
Yes.
evil that might, let's say, con people into thinking they could buy spiritual protection. Yeah, even after my huge rant, one of the tourists still puts money on the grave. I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in a human being. If I could curse you,
Bro, I'll
I'd
never understand why people think that like putting money into something that's like outside of the human world is going to give it peace or something. Like to this day, I'll never understand the people that like I understand why they fall for it, but like those people that like believe that like if you give money to the
Like,
church, then you'll get if you give money to the church, then you'll get more blessed. Like who the heck believes that? He
no,
doesn't
there-
need
there-
he
there
doesn't
was a
need
guy,
money.
There's a guy who was saying go to heaven passes for like 3,000 each.
Bro, I guarantee you, I'm telling you this right now, even if heaven had a price tag as to how much you could get into it, there would be no amount of money alive that could get you through those gates. I'm sorry. Eternal peace is a price that I don't think would have a price tag. And it would be a price tag no one could afford.
Also, let's be honest. This guy is not me for the obvious reason is I would like 5 minutes before the bus departs, I would like sneakily go back to where the thing was, fill up my bag with a bunch of coins, and say, I was just exploring.
Wow.
Wait. Finally, the tour ends with us being led into a gift shop because, of course, nothing encapsulates centuries of oppression quite like
Bro, I've been
Skittles.
to,
so to
the
recap, buy
Bahamas.
some
They have a
pictures,
lot of gift
drinks,
shops.
ice cream wood, enchanted armor, and Skittles, all while on a paid tour.
Really?
Cool. Drugs.
Why just
Drugs time,
Skittles?
right? So while peeps are shopping, I go up to the driver and say, hey, so just to confirm, you're dropping us off in Montego Bay, right? No, sorry, we're just driving through. Wait, I thought the tour mentioned we're stopping in Montego. Sorry, the cruise line is determined it's just too dangerous at the moment. Okay, would it be possible for you to drop just me off? Where are you trying to go? Island strain? Oh, you're looking to get twisted, Whitey. You know it. Okay, I could drop
That's
you off,
Whitey.
but you gotta find your way back. Way back. Yeah, starting to get real nervous. But I'd come too far for a software update, and I'm not leaving without it. So we continue on to Montego as I begin to prepare. First, I try looking up some taxis on my phone, but just like my pastor, AT&T be f***ing me. Then I start counting my money, thinking, okay, I have $220.
Just like my
It can't
pastor,
be
it's-
more than
that's
120.
insane.
Is $100 even enough to get me back? Wait, what if I can't find a ride back? Normally Montego is quite popular, but currently the U.S. has them in a level 4 travel advisory, meaning don't even think about it. So there's probably a lot less random cabs hanging about. How am I gonna... And just like that, we're here. Driver shoots me a look like, good luck. As I'm exiting the bus, immediately I'm confronted by a Jamaican woman wearing a Dallas Cowboys jersey saying, I got what you need, cutie. I'm like, no thanks, girl, and beeline into the store. Store was quite small. Kind of felt like
Prostitute?
being in a Zelda game, with a waist-high counter, some merch, and a smashable NPC. I tell the clerk I'm looking for 5 grams of dry mush. She says it only comes in packages of 3.5, meaning it's either $60 for one or $120 for two. Normally I just get 2, but I still don't know if I have enough money to get back. So as I'm debating, 5 Jamaican guys come in the store behind me.
Oh,
I take
boy.
one look at them, then quickly turn back to the clerk saying, I'll take 2. As I exit the store, so do all the guys, which is unsettling
It's a
because
wrap
they
for
didn't
you.
purchase anything and I am not on the menu. So I start doing that white person speed walk when one of them yells, hey Whitey,
Do you know what that is?
As I hear them getting closer, I
No.
panic and throw a bunch of 5s ahead of me.
You have a white person speed walk?
No, my my walk is I'm 6'8", 350, and look like I can take down a bear.
Fair, but can you though? That's the real question. You really
It doesn't matter if I can. It's a matter if they believe I can.
You just have the size intimidation until they find out all of your weak points, like I do. It's a wrap.
My back pocket like a Batman smoke grenade. Then I turn the corner and bump into Miss Dallas, who says, "Hey cutie, you looking for a ride?" I'm like, "Yes," while continuously looking around for any other option. "All right, I'll call for one right now." As she's calling, the guys come around the corner, and right as I'm about to book it, Miss Dallas says, "Hold on, fellas, he's with me." The guys hesitate, whisper something to each other, then leave. You think I'd be relieved, but I don't trust anyone. I'm thinking, did she send him in there to scare me so I'd come running out to her? This thinks he's slick. Then Miss Dallas says, "He's not picking up. Here,
That'll be a
come with me to
crazy
the store
play.
across the street." What? Why? They have a phone I can use to call someone else. Believe me, you're not going to find anyone else out here. My sus meter was at max, but having no other good options, I say, all right. So I follow her into the store, but stand
Mind you, he
strategically in
did
the
all
doorway,
this in
doing my
the
best
attempt to
chameleon
get
impression.
drugs.
In the store are two guys, and one of them has a cast on his arm. I'm thinking, I bet that's a misdirect. "Oh, I'm so feeble. I would never clothesline to the head." And Miss Dallas says, "He's on his way. Give him like 10 to 15 minutes. Pause. Let's do some quick math. First off, when someone says 10 to 15 minutes, they really mean 20 to 25 minutes. Then obviously you have to add CP time on top of that, making the arrival somewhere
Dang.
between 30 minutes, and he ain't coming. But again, having no other good options, I just say, all right. As I'm waiting, Cast Arm says, "You can have a seat back here." "No thanks, Hulk hand. I'm good where I'm at." Then Miss Dallas starts chit-chatting with me, saying, "What do you do for a living?" "Me? I'm a MMA fighter." "What's that?" "UFC, Dana White, CTE. You don't know what cage fighting is? Like boxing?" "Yeah, with kicks and grappling." "Oh, you don't look like a fighter. Why don't you come at me and see how good my single leg takedown is?" "I'll
Dang.
take your word for it." "Hey, so it's been about 20 minutes. You mind giving this guy another call?" "Oh, and ask how much it'll be." "Don't worry, he won't scam you." "Cool, but I still need to know how much it is, because I may not have enough." "Oh, I'm sure you could work something out." Now I'm thinking, what the does that mean, work something out? Handy's as payment? What if my calloused hands keep making him flaccid? I can't stick a hot dog more than 2 inches in my mouth without gagging, so blowies are off the table.
The fact that because the thing is, in the position he's in right now, he doesn't have nowhere to run. If they were to take this man, there's not much he could do. Which
He kind of chose this life for
he
himself, God,
he
to be
he
honest.
did this he did this to get drugs across the country. Really think about that. He did this to get drugs across the country.
So this is on him if he dies.
It is. It's completely on him.
Then I see the five
I mean,
guys
he's
from
not
Ford
dead,
walking
obviously,
across
but
the other
still,
side of the street,
he would
shooting
have
me a little
died to
smiling
get
wave.
drugs.
I'm like, hey, so where is this driver? It's been longer than 15 minutes. He's coming. Now I'm really looking like a crackhead, pacing back and forth with sudden squirrel-like movements. Finally, a black, unmarked van pulls up to the shop, and the lady goes,
No.
"Here he is." My brain's thinking, don't panic. Don't panic! So the first thing I do is walk over and take pictures of the license plate. Normally I'd send them to a friend, but AT&T still be fucking me. Then I asked the driver if he has a business card, and he did, which was a great sign. Because if he's gonna kidnap me, then at least he put in some effort to make it look
Wow.
legit. Then I ask how much it'll be, and he says $75. I'm like, sounds good, and hop in the van. As we're pulling away, the driver says, "We just gotta make a quick stop first." What kind of stop? I just gotta
Wait,
drop
doesn't
someone
it,
off
like-
real quick. Or drop someone off. Listen, I really need to get back to my cruise. I'll pay extra if we don't make the stop. Driver hesitates and says, all right. So as we're driving, I go to get the money ready when I realize I only have $45. That's 30 less than the agreed upon amount on top of the kidnapping surcharge. I'm
Wait,
thinking,
wait,
the
wait,
hell did all
wait,
my-
wait, wait, pause. Wait, pause.
Made it rain and all this-
Pause. He had 200. He spent 120 on drugs. He should have 80.
It's all his fault.
I really
Drugs are not. No, first off, to go across the country to get drugs is already insane. The fact that like, he would have died today. I'm not gonna lie to you. How did he survive this? We gotta keep watching this. How did he make it out of this?
Well, I'm dead. How am I gonna get out of the car and past security? Wait, I got it. Fast forward 35 toe tapping minutes later, and we arrive at the cruise port. I quickly scarf down the shrooms and tell the driver, hey, before I leave, we should take a picture together. Excuse me? Well, it must be difficult getting business nowadays, and if you post pictures of you and happy white people, it might help bring in some customers. That's not a bad idea. So we get out of the van and take a selfie, then I dab him $35 and start hustling towards security. After about 10 feet, I hear him yell, hey, white boy, this ain't enough. Then I go up to the guard, slip him my final $10 and say, hey, I'm trying to get back to my cruise, and this guy's trying to sell me drugs. The guard says, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Move along. Then I hustle my way back to the ship. God, I've never been so happy to see white people. Comfort and safety never tasted so good. Now, after all this struggle, how were the shrooms? Terrible. First off, they tasted like a tongue punch.
All that and still bad. You did all this for nothing. You could have died today for drugs that were not even worth it. Think about that.
Oh, he did have money. That's the problem.
Yeah, but even then, he would have still, even if he had the money, he still would have been dang near off of his life.
A fart box. Secondly, the only effects I got were nausea, fatigue, and a slight amount of giggles. Well, maybe you just didn't take enough. I took 7 milligrams. I literally can't take any more without vomiting. Oh, well, maybe you just got a bad batch. No! No! Because this is the second time I've done them with essentially the same effect. I flew to Amsterdam a few months back to try truffles, and those were dud as well. Both were over the counter, so it's not like some dreaded up dude sold me pizza toppings. Ugh, I spent so much money for enlightenment, and all I bought is food poisoning! So what's the lesson in all this? Well, when you're in a foreign country looking for drugs, make sure to bring protection, or else you might get f***ed by AT&T! It says Rose Hall was bought in 1977 by former Miss USA Michelle Rollins and her entrepreneur husband, John Rollins. I knew it was owned by a white guy. They refurbished it at great personal expense and conceptualized a tour and museum. Conceptualized. What a fancy way of saying made up. What else? According to legend, bitch, you mean lie. According to lies, a white witch named Annie Palmer, who murdered 3 of her husbands, haunts the property. An investigation of the legend in 2007 concluded that the story was fictionalized. Oh, who could have possibly seen that coming? But leave it to white people, always finding a way to earn money off of slaves.
Yep.
Wait, okay, so
those freaking white people.
No. To recap this story. This guy asked his bus driver to basically make a detour to a dangerous place known where Americans shouldn't go, and bought drugs. Then he got into a van, and they made a fixed amount. Then he only had a certain amount, and he got out of the car and said, "Let's take a picture." And he handed the guy $35 and then ran away. Then basically paid the guy, "Hey, that guy is crazy and he's after me. Can you help?" To avoid paying the rest.
Idiocy. To be
So what I'm hearing is he scammed someone.
You know what? That was the video for today, bro. Don't do drugs, kids or adults. Really, just don't take things that don't belong in your body. To be completely honest with you,
Unless you have like a condition.
Yeah, and even then, watch what these doctors prescribe you, because sometimes they just be giving you stuff to get the paycheck. Let's be so for real. Anyway, that's it for this one, man. Hope you have a good day, and God bless.